Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, I trust that everyone is good and well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and if I don't see you, good night. You know where I'm coming from. Alright, so what are we going to talk about? Well, some experiences, some of my old experiences, some of my new experiences, and how am I going through life right now? I read this quote. Actually, I don't know if somebody made it. I didn't actually Google it. And this guy was putting, there was this one audio I was listening to, and this guy was saying you have to go through the eye of the needle to get to the other side. I'm like, wow, that was very, very smart. Well, that inspired me to make this video. So today we're going to talk about frames. What frames are we talking about? Photo frames or what frames, man? No, we're going to talk about this. Okay, hold on. Okay, all right. So does anybody know neuro-linguistic? Wow, that is a very great subject. Back in the 90s, I had this American friend and he was a professor. And you can actually find some videos on YouTube. I tell everybody, you want to learn something, you want to learn a new language, you want to learn how to talk to a girl, you want to learn how to make some sales, go to YouTube. It's all there. You wanna have that kind of life? Boom, go to somebody's experience and listen to that. So while I was living in Japan, I knew this American guy. He was older than me, and he was a neuro-linguistic programmer, and he was a professor. And we used to drink. Oh yes, we used to, and we used to hang out in the bars. Sometimes it's like 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm still talking to him because it was such an interesting subject at that time. So if I think about it now, all he was talking about, it's our concepts. It's how we create ourselves. It's my own concept. What? What concept? So remember in my last video I was talking about electromagnetic. Brain is just an organ that receives info based on how I feel, based on my awareness, based on my speaking, based on my thinking. So it's like, how do I think? How do I change things? Well, that's what I'm going through as well. You have to go through the eye of the needle to get on the other side. Wow, this really, this morning I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Somehow my eyes opened. It was very quiet. And I said, okay, oh wow, my conscious mind is awake. I started to think about this, about that. What am I going to do today? Today is Saturday. And what am I going to learn today? And then when that thought came, what am I going to learn today? This video popped up and somebody had this comment, and he was talking about going through the eye of the needle to get to the other side. I'm like, wow, how does that happen? So I did my own research, like we always do. But when you're researching something, don't get deep into it. Let it come to you. And that's what I've been experiencing a lot these days. So things just happen. How did that happen? Yeah, because my old pattern will block things in my life. But if I keep repeating, I'm changing my mind. Meaning I'm reprogramming my powerhouse in this 3D world. I'm in control of my powerhouse now. I have to avoid those, until I memorize. Now, how do I memorize things? Just back in school, we were kids, right? So you keep repeating and keep repeating and keep repeating. So that's why I created this askfirmations. Now, there's a lot of, this and that kind of thoughts, because people think like it doesn't work for me. It does work for me. A lot of people are saying like affirmation works for me, affirmation don't work for me. Some people are saying affirmation. So it's how you believe, right? It's how you believe. So I'm slowly making myself to believe in the things I know. I already know. Yeah. So how can I get much better in the state of knowing? Well, here we're gonna say some things, and I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Now, before that, let me ask you a question. There are like, okay, so there are two guys or two gals. One believes and the other one knows. Which one will you follow? The one who believes or the one who knows? Well, that is the question. That is the question, man. I mean, I will follow the person who knows because he has already done it. Now, you may say like, oh, I have not done it. How do I do it? Well, you create that image in your mind that in the past you've already done it. And you have to believe in that. That's why these affirmations really work. And it's actually working for me these days, yeah. And because back in the 90s, I used to make $6,500. $6,000. So let's make it $5,000 per month, right? I was making $5,000. Now, there are a lot of people who may say like, oh man, yeah, back in the 90s, those were some good days. Yeah, people used to make. Yeah, it's their belief. It's the belief. So that is what I'm working on right now. How can I change my beliefs into knowing? Because there's tons of information people will tell you about. And you go and have a coffee with someone, they'll talk about, because they're talking from their experience, their beliefs. So all we have to do is to work on our beliefs. Because once your belief gets stronger, then you can go to the next step, knowing, I know I can do it again. If I was making $6,000, let's say $5,000, 20, 30 years ago, well, right now I don't have money. Guys are helping me out. Okay, so what are we gonna do about that, Ken? Well, we have to change our beliefs. How do we do that? Well, repetition. Tell my subconscious mind what I desire over and over and over. It can go on for like 10 minutes over and over and over again. Oh my God, I'm tired. I'm tired of repeating these things. No, you're not. So, yesterday in the video I was talking about brain is just an organ. It only receives the info based on feeling, awareness, speaking, and thinking. So, you tell yourself again and again and again, over and over and over, I believe that. So what is that? Well, it's up to you. Well, it's your conscious mind, your /ego mind will come in. It'll ask like, oh man, no, you can't do it now. Those were some good times. No, you have to. That's what these affirmations are. When you go to sleep and you listen to these affirmations, because you're just listening to rain sound or a very soft music. I do it every night, and then your thoughts become different. You will think like somebody else. Yeah, that is the version we're looking for, right? I hope you do agree with that. That is the version you want to create for yourself. So work on it. Work on yourself every day. Okay. Like in my last video, I was talking about Bryan Adams, and there are a lot of bands out there, American bands like the Eagles. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, this song was just flowing in my head like a bullet. It's like round and round. I'm like, Eagles. Well, everybody knows Hotel California, but I'm not talking about that. There's a song called Tequila Sunrise. So I started to play that song, and I'm like, oh my God, the chords are really easy. Oh man, I'm enjoying it. So I've been playing it for like 2 weeks now, and it's getting better and better. Yeah. And then the very last words. I don't know if you know that song. A lot of people do, but not consciously. So you have to put these things in your subconscious mind. So the very last words of that song. Check it out. Yeah, Google it. Yeah. So what are the last words? The last words, take another shot of courage. Wondering why the right words never come. Yes. And the very last words are, it's another tequila sunrise. This old world still looks the same. Another frame. Frame. Oh, so those frames. So what are those frames? Well, it's you. Really? Yeah, what are those frames, Ken? Let's talk about that. Well, this audio may get a little longer talking about those frames. Let me just make it quick, all right? So some of you may say, oh, why are we talking about girls? Why are we talking about this? No, I'm just telling you from my experience. So let's say you're in a different country where you can have a drink. You go to a bar and you see this beautiful girl. You want to talk to her. So you gotta change your, you gotta have a frame in your mind, you know? What do you think about yourself? And how much do you believe in yourself? Because she's gonna do the same things. You know, if she believes in you, boom, you're, wow, man. And I did these things. I think I already told you, I lived in South Korea. I went to a bar once and I was having a smoke and I was having a drink, and there was this girl sitting right next to me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to her. She's gonna talk to me first. She's gonna talk to me. I kept saying that in my head. And then she actually started to talk to me. And then we sat down on a table, and I had some American and Canadian friends. They also joined. So we had like 3 girls, 4 guys, and we were just talking. And I was the only one who was talking because it was so interesting. So how did you get those subjects? I don't know. It just comes to you. It just comes to you. And I know I can do that again and again and again and again. By the time I'm 90, by the time I'm 95, I'll still be celebrating that. Yes. That's why life is very good. You have to really pamper yourself and tell yourself, hey, I'm good at that. I'm good at that. I'm good at that. And if you keep repeating, I'm good at that, you will become good at that. Whatever it is. So mind frames. I want to believe in myself. Well, I have to change some concepts. What concept? Yeah, your self-concept. Like, do you love yourself? I ask that a lot of people, you know, do you love yourself? I have written things on my wall, not wall, on the papers. I sticked it all around, just like American people do. You know, there are a lot of Americans, young people, they put some posters. So you gotta have that. So I wrote, why do I love myself unconditionally? Actually, I wrote, I love myself unconditionally, but that did not resonate within me. So I changed it to, why do I love myself unconditionally? Wow. Why? Because my subconscious mind is gonna work on it. Why do I love myself unconditionally? Why do I love myself unconditionally? So I walk on the street, why do I love myself unconditionally? It just like, boom, man, new ideas comes. This comes, that comes. So I'm gonna put this song, you know, the Eagles, Tequila Sunrise. Check it out, listen to it. It's a beautiful song. But you may say, hey man, I don't like English music or like that. Get out of here. And also, so right now this video is getting a little long. We're gonna talk about speaking languages. You have to be bilingual or multilingual. I don't speak any language. I just speak my. No, if you want to learn about this conscious and subconscious mind, because they speak different languages, so you have to be good. Like I'm like multilingual, right? So I can think in Japanese, I can think in this, I can think in that, and I can think in English. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that a little later. So today's askfirmation, I just made it this morning, and here it is. All right, here we go, guys. Why do I love pampering myself? Why do I love pampering myself? And when you, repeat again and again, after that, be a little quiet. Actually, it's good to do it before you go to sleep. In your mind, just think what you want. Think what you want. Think what you want. And keep repeating these affirmations throughout. And when you go to sleep, of course, amazing things may happen. All right. Okay, thank you for listening to my video, my audio. I said some things. I hope you don't mind. This is what I learned in my life, and this is what I'm learning, because there's a lot more going on. It's what we see outside there. So work on yourself, and let's do it. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. And remember what I said in my last video? If not me, then who? Make it personal. Say it me, not you. You can say to another person, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? If not me, then who? If not now, then when? All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers. Have a good weekend. Bye now.